You've created an awesome illustration in Photoshop, specifically for the Risograph printer. You did the right things. You worked in only 2 colors. You worked in separate layers for each color. It looks beautiful. But now what? How do you get it from Photoshop to Greyscale print-ready files for the Risograph? It's actually quite easy. Just a few simple steps, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Right. So in Photoshop, you want to make sure that you have your colors all on the same layer. So sometimes you're working and you have like 3 million layers over here in the layers palette. I'm working in blue and pink. So you have a bunch of pink layers, you have a bunch of blue layers. Make sure that you take all those layers and compress them down into one layer. In order to do that, you can go under the hamburger menu over here and you can merge your layers. I have merge visible at the moment because I only have one on, but you can actually merge your layers together. So make sure that everything's merged into just 2 layers. So now I have my pink and I have my blue, as you can see, separated from each other. The next step from here is we're actually going to make 2 files next. So I'm going to save out just the blue layer and save out just the pink layer on their own. This is the easiest way to do it. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to turn off my blue layer so I just have pink, and I'm going to say File, Save As. And under here, I'm going to say Save a Copy, so it flattens it for me. And under here, under Save a Copy, I'm going to change it from a Photoshop file to a TIFF file. And I do not want my layers on. I'm going to turn off my layers in the checkbox right here. I'm going to label this one Jars Pink, so I know which one it is. I can't type today. Jars Pink. I'm going to put it in a folder. I have it in my Riso print folder and hit Save. All of this is fine, but make sure it says discard layers and save a copy. Okay. And then I'm going to turn off my pink and I'm going to turn on my blue and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say File, Save As, over here, Save a Copy, turn off layers, make sure that it's Jars Blue. I'm going to label it properly, blue, and then I'm going to save it as a TIFF file and hit Save. And then discard layers and save a copy. Okay. The next step is to open up that pink file and that blue file that I just saved and turn them to Greyscale that the Risograph can read. So I'm going to say File, Open. I'm going to get that pink file and that blue file that I just did and open them up. I'm going to add them to my tabs up here. Oh, get my blue one. I'm going to add it to my tabs up here so I can easily play with them. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start with my blue file. So something that you need to know is everything that I have right here, right, I need to change into a grayscale. As you can see, my solid blue lines, my outline is 100% blue. What happens when I change it to grayscale is going to kind of muddy it all out. Right? So one thing that you have to put into your mind when we translate this is that 100% blue in grayscale will be 100% black. So when I change this to grayscale, watch what happens. Take a look at my 100% blue, which is my outlines, and see what happens when I change it to grayscale. When I change it to grayscale, you can see that my lines are no longer 100%, meaning they're not black. They're kind of, I'm going to put it at like an 80-85% gray. So what I need to do is I need to tweak my colors to get that 85% gray back to 100% black, because then it will print 100% blue. Okay. By default, Illustrator tries to translate the blue for me, and it doesn't do a very good job. So I'm going to say Image, Adjustments, Levels, and bring my Levels palette up. Okay. As you can see in the middle, the histogram, which shows me my levels of black, gray, and white, is showing no actual black. Remember, I need to get that blue line back up to 100%. So I'm going to take my black slider and I'm going to bring it into the middle until it hits the end of that histogram. And now you can see the difference. Now my lines, I'm going to hit OK. Now my lines are actually 100% black, which will translate to 100% blue. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, I need to do the same thing with my jars. All right, so right now, the pink. Right now, I have 100% pink in some areas. This lemon down here, this heart, the lid, these lids. These are the things that will have to become 100% black when I translate it to gray in order to print 100% pink. All right, so I'm going to say to do the same thing. I'm going to mode, grayscale, discard all the gray. And as you can see, Illustrator, I'm in Photoshop. Photoshop tried to change it to mimic what pink would look like, but it didn't do a very good job because I don't want this medium color. I want black so that it prints 100%. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. Wow, look at this histogram. I'm missing lots of black. So I'm going to take this slider and I'm going to move it all the way over to the histogram where the black begins. And as you can see, it changed my image. So now this lemon and this lid and this heart will print 100% pink and not a muddy tint of it. Right? So if I zoom back out, you can see that now I have full strength of everything here. I zoom back out. I have full strength in all of my lines here, and I can just hit save and hit save. In order to use these files now, I have to create a single file out of the two. So I have two separate TIFFs that I need to combine into one, and to do that, we're going to use Acrobat to combine them. So once I open Adobe Acrobat, I can say File, Combine Files, because I'm going to take two files and make them one. Combined files, add your files, find those two TIFFs that you just did. I have my pink, I have my blue. I'm going to say add files. It's going to import them into a single document that's going to be a PDF that I can print. I hit combine. It's going to put them together for me. Can take a little time sometimes, especially if they're really large files and they're TIFFs, so it has to kind of translate that. And now I have a file. If I go over here on my right-hand side, I can bring my thumbnails up. I can have my file that has my blue and my pink in it. I can now save this file and send it right to the Risograph printer to have it printed.